What's up, y'all? It's Limits tuning back again with another video. Remember, there's no limit besides the limit you set yourself. And I'm actually very excited because in this video I'll be introducing a new journey in my life and also a new project to this channel. And I was able to obtain this project from my uncle because he gave it to me as a gift, which I really appreciate. But now it's up to me to pretty much revive the motorcycle, get it up and running, and fix whatever needs to be fixed so it can be on the road already. Yeah, this is the project. You already noticed by the title. It's a whole damn motorcycle. It's nothing crazy. It's a little boy. It's 250cc. It's 2012 CBR 250R, and there's actually a lot of things wrong with it. It's probably too much to even get into in this video, so I'm gonna just pretty much knock out what I can in each video. There's gonna be a whole series of reviving this motorcycle, but today I'm gonna pretty much start off with changing out this gas tank lock, because the key that was given to me only works with the ignition, but it doesn't work with the gas tank lock, and also doesn't work with the seat lock. So I'm gonna replace seat lock, replace this gas tank lock, and I'll also replace the ignition, so all of it can be used in one key. But what I'll also be doing in this video is replacing the shifter. Damn! Look at how folded this shifter is. It's folded on itself. I don't know who fell, but it felt pretty hard for it to bend like this. But good thing I got a brand new one. I'm gonna slap that in and slap in the whole new lock set. Change out the gas of this motorcycle, because this gas is the same gas that's been in this motorcycle for probably like a year and a half of it sitting. So I probably got like water in it, rust and everything. So that's why I need to like change this lock out, so I could take out all the old gas and put a new gas and see if it helps it run better. Also, as you can see, it's missing a whole dang battery. Originally the battery that came with it is completely dead, but then I got a new battery for it, the exact one that it needs. I slapped it in, turned on the motorcycle, and went for a ride, and it was jerky as hell. Just like jerky, like it's getting fuel cuts or something. So I'm pretty sure the gas is either bad or the fuel pump. We're gonna find out today. And also it's gonna be pretty loud because this exhaust actually has no muffler at all, straight pipe. But what I'm gonna actually do first, I'm gonna slap the battery in, bolt it and everything, turn on the motorcycle, and then go for a little ride. First, to replace the battery, all I gotta do is really pop the seat out. Damn, I should have brought my ratchet. So positive terminals in, I'm gonna do the same with the ground. I slapped in the battery and everything's all set. Keeps on dying. It's very loud and is actually struggling to stay on, so that just shows either the bad gas or the fuel pump. What I'm going to be putting in is the shift lever, seat lock, ignition switch, and a gas tank lock. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with the shifter lever first. So shifter lever pretty much lines up, looks exactly like the old one, and it comes with these hardware too. And for the tools, I'm gonna need a hex key set, also known as alley key set, and a 10mm wrench. Just to let you guys know, I've never done this before. It's my first time doing it, so we pretty much gonna be learning together. I think this one might be the best fit. Yep. And you gotta left it loosey, boom, just like that, and you can pretty much pull everything off. And now that the shifter lever is pretty much hanging out, what you want to do is use a wrench, 10mm wrench, and take out this nut right here. There you go. And I'm pretty sure you should be able to just screw it off, and it comes right off. Look at that, the new one and the old one. Old one's beat up, completely folded. I was trying to shift with this before and it hurts. It's really painful. It pretty much stabs right into my toes, and that's why I'm replacing it. First you want to do is you want to slap the new shifter on and put the screw back on first. Just might as well tighten it. And from our hardware bag, we got the adapter piece and the screw that attaches the adapter piece onto the shifter. Is just pretty much screw this adapter piece right onto the stick. You're gonna use this hardware right here to screw in this nut. Just simply attach it onto the shifter hole. The adapter piece. There you go. Take the little nut that it comes with and just put the nut onto the back of the screw. So hold the nut in place. Allen key to tighten it really well. What you want to do is use the 10mm wrench to tighten that down onto the ball joint adapter. Alright, so for the ignition replacement, I'm gonna use a extraction kit. Best thing to use with these bits is either a screw gun, but I'm not gonna be able to use a screw gun because I have to really get in there, which I can't really get in there. Compared to this Milwaukee impact gun or the screw gun, I don't have an extension, so I'm gonna just use the impact gun with the extension, an adapter, and this socket right here, which is a 1132. Slap it right on. Put the extraction bit right into the socket. Put it into the screws. You gotta push it in as much as possible and loosen it. So that's one. Now do the other one.
1 week later.
Alright, y'all, I'm back at it again and working on a motorcycle. It's been about a week since the last time I worked on a motorcycle. Been a lot going on with my car, my girlfriend's car, so I've been busy working on the cars lately. But let me just pretty much update you on how I was able to get the ignition switch out. So left side, I took it out easy, slip like butter. But on this side, it was a lot more difficult. For whatever reason, maybe it was more seized. Originally, I was using this extraction kit right here, but the threads on this right here pretty much got worn out, so it's not gripping like it was when I first did the first screw. So then I had to get a whole new extraction kit with the drill bit and the extraction bit. I was using the biggest drill bit and the biggest extraction bit to take out that screw. I wasn't able to get it to budge at all, but then I got a little annoyed. I started using a hammer and a flathead. So pretty much what I did was I put the flathead against the ignition switch and started banging on it as hard as I can, which I happened to chip off some of the ignition switch. Then I went at it again with the drill bit and the screw came right out. So now the ignition switch is out. I'm gonna replace it with the new one, but then I did lose 2 of the screws that keep in the ignition switch, so I'm gonna use zip ties at the moment until the new screws that I just ordered comes. So it's very easy. Just put it out at an angle and it comes right out. And now I just gotta unplug the electrical plug. So all set, I unplugged the electrical plug, so now I can just pull out the whole assembly. It's a little stuck because there's a lot of wires under the tank. It's like a zip tie clip. All you gotta do is push on the other side of this clip, push it through the hole, and it'll come right out. Look, it's nice and clean, new. It's a nice replacement. Make the motorcycle look a bit newer. Going at an angle, and it should go right in. There you go. Plug in the electrical plug. It's literally right here. It's the white plug. All I gotta do is just look for the ignition switch plug that I just wired through here, which is this one right here. The thing is a lot easier for me because this motorcycle is already pretty much stripped, so it doesn't have all the extra fairings and all that getting in the way. But yeah, let me do this off camera. You get the gist of what I'm saying. Ignition switch is pretty much in. 2 black zip ties. One side almost done, and you just gotta do the other side. Okay, now it's not moving. It's not budging at all. Alright, so the ignition switch is pretty much secured into the motorcycle for the most part with 2 zip ties. Now it's not even really moving like that. It's not coming out. It's not loose. Let's test out the key real quick. Boom, works. What I'm gonna do is find scissors to snip this part off. All right, starting off with the smallest drill bit. All right, it's in there. Now let's upgrade to the bigger one. So I was able to make the keyhole bigger with the 2 bits I was using. I'm gonna just keep on upgrade and drill bit size until the hole is big enough for me to pretty much take the gas tank lock out. But yeah, I did the first small drill bit, second smallest, and now I'm about to go to the third smallest. Using the third smallest now. It seems like the gas tank lock is more loose. So after drilling this gas tank lock for about like 10 minutes, it wouldn't budge at all for whatever reason. So then I started prying it, and pretty much it just popped right out. And from what it seems, I drilled directly right through this gas tank lock, so that this lock mechanism is broken. See, that is literally shattered. The lock mechanism is pretty much shattered on the inside. So after drilling the lock for like 10 minutes, I started banging on it with a hammer, with a flathead, and I guess I was able to break it enough for it to budge. But of course, after I pried it. And now we can pretty much install our new gas tank lock now. But before doing that, I'm actually clean all this gunk right here and then slap it on, make sure everything fits like it's supposed to. Now that I cleaned everything around and inside, I started to realize that there were paint chips. It pretty much came off when I was wiping everything down. I think it's probably from me prying it, so I'm gonna have to definitely touch that up. But let's test the new gas tank lock. Fits perfectly. It goes in there and locks up like it's supposed to, but from what it seems like, there's a little gap here. And yeah, the back is good. It's just a little gap right here. I'm gonna have to get some type of rubber garment to put pretty much, and it comes right out perfectly, but just to pretty much put around here like a nice little flat circular grommet right there, so when I do put it in, it's a nicer seal. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do that, but hey, for the most part, mission success. We took out the old one, put in a new one, worked, fits. So now that we got the ignition switch done, gas tank lock done, we're gonna move on to the seat lock right here. Now let's move on to the seat lock. So to get to the seat lock, I have to, of course, pop out the seat. So once you take out the seat lock is right there, and there's this little metal tab that's pretty much keeping the seat lock in place. I'm gonna use this pry right here. Came right out. The lock is loose, but the cable is still on the lock, so I have to pull the cable off. So what you want to do is this metal piece right here that's kind of loose. All you gotta do is pull it completely through the lock, and the lock could turn. And once the lock could turn, you can pull out the cable. We got the new one right here. So as you can see, there's this piece that pretty much locks onto the seat lock to keep into place. So all I gotta do is just pull it out. Now it's loose. So what I've realized is that the old seat locking mechanism is different from the new aftermarket one I just got. Because if you line this one up, which is the new one, oh, I just dropped it. Of course I did. You line it up like that. As you can see, the resting point of the lock is different. The right one is vertical and the left one is horizontal. And the left one is a new one that I got. And I also realized that these mounting brackets are different. So if I line it up like how I'm supposed to with the indent on top, the cable mounts right here for the OEM one, and the cable mounts on top for the new one. So it is going to be a little different. And what you want to do is you want to line that indent up along with that indent like that. Put the seat lock through the hole and through the bracket. All right, now he's gonna adjust it so it fits through the bracket. All right, now that I got the seat lock to fit into the bracket properly, I'm gonna use this other bracket to pretty much clamp onto this little indent that's on the seat lock to keep it in place. The curved part will face upwards, and as you can see, there's an indent piece right there too, so put put directly into where the indent is, it should lock right into place. But let me do that off camera. It's kind of hard doing it with one hand. So I was finally able to get the bracket in. It was a little harder than I thought it would be, but I was able to get it in. Now that it's in, it's not moving at all, it's not budging. So all I gotta do is just put this cable onto this bracket and this little metal wire into this seat lock right here. All right, I was in the process of doing this, but my camera died, had to charge it, so I wasn't able to record. But pretty much what I found was the best thing to do: install the whole lock set in first, and then once you start doing the cable, what you want to do is just take it out from here, so that has as much leeway as possible, and then you put that in and you connect it right back over here. But what I found out was that this cable is a little bit too short for this aftermarket lock set right here, so the cable isn't able to fit onto the mounting board right here, so that's why it's hanging out like that, but it still works. So what I'm gonna do is, once I put the bolt back in here, if I'm able to find it, so once I bolt that in, I'm gonna probably zip tie this onto the frame itself so that it stays in place. But you know, it do work. So the seat lock is all set. Mission complete pretty much. I've replaced everything I needed to replace for this video. So I replaced the ignition switch. Let's test it out real quick. Works. We replaced the gas tank lock. That works perfectly. All I gotta do is push it in, and it's all in. And we did the seat lock, and it works. Alright, so ignition switch done, gas tank lock done, and seat lock done. Also, shift the lever. So everything is all set. We're all set with this video. We did everything we're supposed to do for this one. But for the next video, I'll be taking out the gas in this gas tank, taking the gas tank out, and then completely clean it out. Try to de-rust it as much as possible, clean the inside and everything, mount it back on, put in new gas, and let's see if the motorcycle starts and runs better or not. And after we do all that in the next video, we'll go from there and see what else we need to do to the motorcycle, get it running right. So yeah, I won't be starting the motorcycle today or riding it. Next video, I'll definitely do so. So stay tuned, like, comment, subscribe if you want to continue watching this kind of content. Appreciate you very much for the support. Stay easy. See y'all next time.